Hi, welcome to another episode of Beyond Chronic Disease. My name is Wendy Gathercole. I'm your host. How are you today? Today, I'm talking about the mind-body connection, I guess, the power or disempowering of your thoughts on your body, how it's related to the way we work, I guess. So this podcast is called What If It Was True? So I've got a couple of personal stories to share with you in relation to the mind body and listening to your body. So I did these podcasts on 29th of July was the mind body connection. And in August, the 19th of August, I believe, was listen to your body. And it's really impacted on my well-being and how I go about my everyday life. Now, this is not a positive thinking thing. Okay, it's not like, oh, I'm really being positive, I'm going to get better, or I'm going to achieve this, or yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. That's just your brain thinking that. It's not just a thought. It's in actually embodying the whole the the whole thought, the whole whatever you want to do. Okay, sorry, I'm always lost for words. I can only give you examples. Okay, so with the mind body connection, this is just very like bizarre, but constantly happens. So there must be something in it. So one night I was having a little bit of I didn't know I was having restless sleep. I was having this massive dream. And I had a sore eye, like it was majorly sore. There's people in the dream, I have no idea who they were, but I was telling them that I had to have laser surgery because I had a cut across my eyeball. I mean, bizarre, right? And it was so, so painful, my eye. And it was just such a real dream that I woke up and thought, oh, and then when I did wake up, my eye was sore. I'm like, oh, and I'd been in the garden that day and, a bit of dirt and everything. And I thought, oh, I've got some dirt in it because that's what it felt like. And in the morning, it was really, really sore. And I had a look and there was nothing in it and all that. And, it just felt like actually an eyelash in it, that sort of really irritating, annoying feeling. And so I was just saying, Hubby, my eye is just so sore, and I had to put my hand over it, and it was just sore. There was nothing in it. And I went to work, and lo and behold, the minute I started working, there was no more pain in my eye. It just completely disappeared, just like that. And because I wasn't thinking about it anymore. Now, okay, I'm not saying that your pain's just going to disappear or whatever's happening, it's just going to magically appear or disappear just like that. This is just little circumstances that happen, and when you're aware of them, they can turn into big things. Okay, so when I stopped thinking about my eye because I had nothing to do on the way to work, it was in the car, nothing to do, just constantly thinking about my eye. It was sore, 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 so sore. And then once I start work, it just completely disappeared. So my question to you is, the vivid dream that I had, the excruciating pain, like the laser surgery, I could see the cut clearly across my eye. Maybe I was rubbing it in my sleep, whatever was happening in there, it brought it through into the morning, and then it just disappeared. So that's just something to leave you with. And then the power of the mind body. When I visualize on something that I really want, like really, it's not just a thought. It's not like, oh yeah, I want to do that, like with my skiing. Oh yeah, I'm going to wake up today and cross the wash. do slalom, like probably don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's not just the thought, it's when you have a knowing that it can happen, when you embody, when you put the whole feeling, it's all about feeling it in your body, really, for it to happen. So when I had Crohn's, I didn't wake up every day going, look, I had the pain. Yeah, sure, I did. I had the pain. So it was a constant reminder that my body was unwell. But it was never like, oh, I've got this Crohn's. Oh God, I'm going to have this for the rest of my life. Oh, there's nothing I can do. I'll just keep popping pills. It's all I can do. No, I got to the point where once I accepted that this was what condition I had, what the condition that I had, and what it was all about, that's when I'm like, okay, I don't want to go along this road, so this is what I'm going to do. So it wasn't about positive thinking like, oh, I'm not going to have Crohn's tomorrow. I'm not going to have Crohn's. It wasn't anything like that. It was just, it didn't even enter my mind about having it after, like it took me a long time. I keep saying it took me over a year or something to even accept it and to, okay, oh, now I've got to start doing something about it, because it was all about giving up what you love, right? Giving up all the toxic food, all the toxic drinks, all the toxic thinking, just everything that you've got to basically reinvent yourself. So it's very difficult to do when you're sort of alone, I guess, when you're the lone person doing this, when everyone else is telling you that it's not possible. So it was all about so the mind body connection. It wasn't a thought that I don't have it anymore, like positive thinking. It was like, okay, one step, what can I do today? What can I do today? And slowly and surely the pain disappeared. and I believe strongly it was my mental approach to that, and just the knowing that I could get better, and just embodying that whole knowing. And that's the only way that I felt that it worked for me. And it's a long process. I'm not saying it's an overnight thing, and it is a step by step, and there's lots involved. And there was a lot of mind work. There's a lot, I learned how to meditate. I do visualization. There was lots of all that, but it wasn't a focus on the disease. It was a focus on wellness and what I can do, and the connections that I made through that. So that's a mind body more connection. and also you have to like listen to your body. So it's story with listening to your body. One day, like with my work, I always hold something a certain way, and I noticed that my thumb was getting really, really sore. Like, I know, we probably haven't experienced arthritic pain, but it was just like achy. I guess it was like that arthritic pain, just what I've learned, what I've read about it. And it was just really sore, like my knuckle was sore every time I bent it, touched it. It was just really, really sore. So straight away, my body, listened to my body, I thought, oh, that's really sore. I wonder why. And immediately popped into my head, I think it's the caffeine. So I was consuming caffeine. So I stopped drinking caffeine, and that pain went away. Okay, so listening to your body can tell you that, and that was just a tiny little message. It can tell you what's going on with your body. And the more that you learn it, the more that you listen to it, the more that you're in tune to it, the more that you will feel better within yourself. So the power of belief. It's what you believe. So whether I've said this before and I stuffed it up, but if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. It's as simple as that. It really is. If you go in doing something and you just keep saying, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't, you won't be able to. And on the same token, excuse me, sorry, if you go in and say, you've embodied that whole I can't do this, but then you have, oh, I better think positive. Oh yeah, I can do it. But you know that you can't, you're not going to be able to. So you really have to embody that whole thought. And you need to become aware of your thoughts. So the more you become aware of your thoughts, the more conscious you become aware of your thoughts and your speak, then the more you become aware of it, then that will change the way you walk in this life. So my body responses to my thoughts, or that I story was just another bizarre thing that I think, oh wow, that's incredible. And then also when I listen to my body, especially with the thumb, and there's other things. And how many of us, I know this happens to me quite a lot, it doesn't have to be about health. It can just be anything in life. You go into the supermarket, or you go somewhere, you go shopping somewhere, and then something sort of pulls you into that store, or you walk in through the supermarket, and it's like, you've got a shopping list, and you're going through and you're just getting everything off your shopping list, and then like butter will pop up or something on, and you think, why butter? And you just leave it, and then you get home and you've realized that you hadn't put it on the list and you haven't got any. So that used to happen to me quite a lot years and years ago. So when that happens now, I just buy it, whatever it is at the supermarket. If something like that happens, I just buy it, and I know that I needed it. So be aware of your thoughts. What if all this is true? It's true for me. So how about you try and give it a crack, as I say. Be aware of your thoughts. What thoughts are you having? What do you really desire? We've done a living the dream. What do you really desire? What thoughts are you having or not having about what you really want? So and I've said it before, if you really want something, oh, but I can't because I can't afford it, you'll never get it. So go back to embodying the power of your thoughts and see where it takes you. So to end, what if it's all true and you can have everything that you ever dreamt of? I know that you can. Bye. Till next week. See you then.